As we peel back the onion that is Zeke Baker and people learn more and more about you from these cold opens, a lot of people might be shocked to find out you are a sneakerhead.
Why I gotta be an onion?
Well, because we peel back a layer of you at a time.
I mean, you peel a tater before you boil it and cook it.
Okay, well, you're a tater. We knew that. Hello, everyone. My name is John Edwards, and with me as always is Zeke Baker, and together we make the Dad's Drink of Bourbon. Wherever you are, whatever time it is, thank you for making us a part of your day. And Zeke, I would have kept going with that cold open, but it was just too good to stop with you're a tater, but you got some Yeezys this week. People might be very interested to know that you might be in old Georgia ball shorts and a t-shirt with stains on it, but you got Yeezys on your feet. Explain yourself.
I mean, we all have our priorities.
I mean, as a fat guy, I'll be the first to tell you the way that I show style is by shoes and watches. Because most of the time when I go to the store and I find a shirt that fits, I'm like, all right, well, how many different colors of that same shirt do you have?
Whoa. Let's rewind about 10 or so seconds. Are you seriously telling me that you think the shoes you wear when you go out are stylish?
I'm not saying they're the most stylish in the world, but I keep it clean and classy. I think I have a conservative look.
I mean, them damn lumberjack looking boot things.
What's wrong with those?
They look like a lumberjack.
And what's wrong with that? You have a problem against lumberjacks?
I mean, I don't think any of them were ever known for their sense of fashion.
I'm a lumberjack and I'm okay.
Okay, I will agree with. Stylish?
I sleep all night. And during the day, I go to caskcartel.com because they are changing the way that you think of alcohol delivery to your house. They are like the Amazon of the spirits industry. You can go on there. They hook you up with merchants that will send stuff directly to your door, whether or not it is whiskey, bourbon, scotch, Irish whiskey, tequila, gin, rum, whatever it is. Go to caskcartel.com. They will send it directly to you. It is totally convenient. You don't have to do much. You just have to go to the website and get it sent to you. So that is why daily drinkers will be on par with what you get in the store. But any allocated stuff, you just have to click a couple buttons to get it sent to you. Obviously, that is going to cost a lot more than it would if you were to wait in a raffle, know a store owner, whatever it is, to get MSRP. It's going to be a little bit more because of the convenience play. Also follow them on Instagram because they're always doing awesome giveaways. I think they're doing a Pappy giveaway right now. So go ahead and check out caskcartel.com and Cask Cartel on Instagram to find out more. Zeke, I'm just going to get right into it because we're very excited about this one. We've been talking about it for a while. I got the sample and then we were running through some of the other samples that were in our queue. So we're getting to this one. I might have snuck a nip or two before we actually started recording this tonight. Old Fitz Bottled and Bond, the Spring 2020 edition. It is a 9-year bottled and bond product coming in at 50% ABV, 100 proof. It was distilled in March of 2011. It is the 5th release in the series. Obviously, this follows all of the bottled and bond requirements, 1 distiller and 1 distilling season, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada.
Really covering your bases tonight, Edwards.
I know. I'm like trying so hard to be animated tonight that I apologize. Trying to bring you up. You seem a little down, big dog.
For once, not even joking. Like literally no days off. Work's been hell so far this week, and it's not slowing down anytime soon.
There was something funny that happened in the chat today, and I mean, it took Zeke literally 6 hours to respond. That's how busy he was at work today.
I mean, you know, if I'm missing a chance to troll, I'm actually I'm busy.
Is it because you had to give flu shots? What was it?
Just busy this time of year, man. Shit, whatever.
Can you give me a flu shot?
I mean, if you come in the store.
You can't like just take one home for me and let's do it sometime?
No.
Oh. Well, if you're not going to make it convenient for me, I'm not going to drive all the way over to your store.
Oh, I didn't think you were.
I'll just go see a different pharmacist at this point.
Fair enough.
Thanks for nothing. What did you think about this whiskey, Zeke?
Let's see. I've actually had this a couple of times as well on the side. One or two bottle shares or places I've been had it, and someone's like, "Oh, you gotta try this. You gotta try this." I just took a little nip, and honestly, I didn't dissect or go too deep in on it. Just kind of thought it reminded me of some of the other ones, and was a flash taste, and I said, could be better than some of the previous ones. I don't know. Kind of kept moving. So I tried to give this one its, due diligence, give it a little more attention, kick back on the sofa with it, and just see where the notes went. Nose-wise, man, I really got a lot off this, especially the first couple of, draws, so to speak. Immediate rush of cinnamon, and then it kind of really danced all over after that. I got some pecan, some red apple, rye toast. I mean, it almost kind of reminded me of like some weird Chex Mix, the way it just kind of moved all over, but kind of had a central theme or two, like you would see in a bag of Chex Mix with a variety of flavors. Then also the rye toast reminded me of those little circle-looking things. I forget what they're called, but at any rate, revisiting it a time or two. I definitely wanted to note that it was fairly astringent. I mean, it wasn't so much it would singe the nares, but you're not getting sweet tea or water or soda or something. The final thing I put down, passing through on the nose one last time, it kind of almost reminded me of a spicy banana bread. Palate, I sipped this thing probably, I didn't have a whole lot in the glass either, but I sipped it a good 3 or 4 or 5 times just trying to see if I wasn't acclimated to it or something else was going on. But the curtain did not match the drapes for me really too much. At first, I thought the alcohol kind of prickled on the tongue. Once that subsided, it kind of moved to the back. I've got down there was a fair amount of oak. Every now and then it seemed to have a slight char accent to it over the oak, but there was definitely more oak to it. If I bypassed the front part of the tongue and kind of went straight to the mid and back palate and then worked it back forward, it definitely skipped over that, kind of prickly alcohol thing I had going on. A little bit of corn, definitely an increased what felt like a rye sensation. It was just spicy. I don't think there's rye in this. I think the Old Fitz are all wheated. It had that warmth to it again, kind of oddly. And then it was just kind of chalky on the back end and finish. Nowhere near or even close to the variants and flavors that I was able to pick up off the nose. So that was rather, disappointing in a way.
It's really funny. I think you should do No Days Off more because you're finally starting to think like me as you have no days off. I do also find it funny that you said rye like 4 times and there's no rye in this.
That's what it reminds me of is, spicy bread character. And then also the heat in general. What else do we attribute heat like that to that comes off that way? I think most of us all, think and feel that. How many times have we had even other wheaters and somebody, if not one of us, will say, yeah, I pick up a strong rye note, this and that. Even with the Weller line lately, I think if you had it in a blind, you would probably not know it's wheaty because it doesn't have that, textbook softness to it, so to speak.
Yeah, the Old Fitz mash bill is 75% corn, 20% wheat, 5% malted barley.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
Well, I said I'm pretty sure Old Fitz is a wheater.
It is. Yeah, 100%.
The original stuff was, so I assume they followed that model.
It's actually been around since the 1800s, but eventually found its way to Cecil Weller. Julian Van Winkle switched it over to a wheated whiskey, and there you go, or a wheated bourbon. So the nose, I said, was soft. It was very soft on the beginning, delicate almost. Here's the uncanny thing. Cinnamon, toasted wheat bread, honey, caramel, red delicious apple, slight astringency. It's pretty weird for us to be that similar.
Did you finally trim your nose hairs?
Maybe. I don't know. Taste. Surprised at how much oak and char hits you right on the front. The front of the palate for me was just heavy oak, char. Leather, vanilla, and butterscotch hit mid-palate, but the finish is a dry oak, leather, chocolate that linger.
I feel like that mid-palate, too, I'm just going to guess, you probably had to work a little bit to find those notes. They weren't overly prevalent.
No, you had to do it on like the 3rd, 4th, and 5th sip. It wasn't something I got on the 1st and 2nd sip.
It's not the first time, it won't be the last that, we've had a nose that just seemed well-rounded, very inviting, very pleasant, in most aspects. And then it hits the tongue like, did somebody switch my glass out? Nobody told me.
But this is what I will say about Old Fitz, and the thing that I like about this whole series that they do. Everything pretty much follows like $10 per year per bottle. So if it's a 15 year, it's 150. If it's a 9 year, it's 90. It's a very easy to understand scale.
It's the old Willet model.
Yeah, 100%. But then if you think about what you're getting, there's going to be people that love oak. There's going to be people that love just having an Old Fitz, and they're taters like yourself or myself. I don't hate it enough that I would say pass. To me, this one's probably a bar. I still think it's a good product if you like oak. It's just probably a little bit too oaky for my taste.
Yeah, the only thing I wonder, just kind of benefit of a doubt wise, and just to toss it out there is, I wonder if this sample came off of a fresh crack, how much air exposures it had. I mean, 9 years isn't the oldest, but this day and age, it's certainly on the upper end of the spectrum for what we see from most places. I just wonder if some airtime either in the bottle or glass would, facilitate some of that, oak sliding back and, revealing flavors that match that nose a little more. Because that nose was good, I thought. I really liked it a lot.
I really did love the nose. I'm not sure if the taste is ever going to kind of get all the way over to that nose. I'm sure it would soften a little bit, but I kept the sample bottle open before I poured yours. I always try to let our samples air out a little bit so we're not doing a first crack. I've had it open sitting on the table here for about an hour. It's not moving a whole heck of a lot.
So much for that benefit of a doubt.
But I would just say that I still give them credit. I don't want to hate on this whiskey. I still love what they're doing with the whole series. I think there's been some of the Old Fitz Bottled and Bonds I've liked more than this one, but by no means would I be like, this is a bad pour.
No, I just think it just doesn't carry or exude enough flavor. I think that's a lot of these, but I mean, I think most people seem to find that, in the wheated mash bill that comes out of Heaven Hill. Sure, we all love the more traditional corn, rye, barley mash, but as far as the wheated, I wonder how many people really know that Old Fitz or Larceny or Wheaters, especially considering, wheated bourbon, a.k.a. Weller, is, tits out everywhere. Everybody wants it.
I just want to hear you say Wheater again.
Wheater.
Cool Whip.
I don't want you doing those kind of thoughts about me.
Hey, Peter.
But you know what I mean, though? For the wheaty craze to be out there, somehow it just, I don't know. There's just something doesn't line up between the grains, how it comes together, the barrels, somewhere it's just missing. I
think Wheaters are tougher, but there are a whole lot of Larceny loyalists out there that think Larceny is an amazing bottle to go pick up at 20 something bucks for a $7.50 for a wheated bourbon.
I mean, that most recent barrel proof we had, easily the best Larceny pour I've had. Easily.
Oh, it was really good.
That most recent batch they sent us back in the the early summer.
You mean this one?
I figured you kept the bottle. Jesus, yeah.
You got a bottle of it.
No, I got the media sample bottle, the little white stickered plastic bottle.
Oh, I gave you a bottle of the ECBP instead.
Yep.
And I kept the media sample of that one. See, I do try to make it fair. But no, this is great. I just took a sip of this. It's 122.2 proof. I really like that Larceny barrel proof.
Or, that could be an issue too. If you 122 versus 100, I mean, I think most of us would agree the first thing to go when you start putting, water in there is you're going to sacrifice the front end as far as, at least to me, the sugars, the fruits, the floral aromatics, and see, what's left over is going to be, your oak and tannin and kind of leather or whatever else you pick up on that back end presence.
I don't know. I want to love this more. It just has that oak that gets me. And I think you and I probably like sweeter a little bit more than the drier, oakier, leathery type pour.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, if that's your jam though, this is a very, very affordable allocated product that is made well. I mean, I could tell it was distilled well. It just has some stuff that we don't always go for. Anything you want to close out with? Where are you on this?
Surprisingly enough, you and I are pretty much same page on this. Again, if you're into the oakier side of the bourbon coin, this is definitely right up your alley. The char is minimal. It purveys the oak well. That's just, at least tonight, for sure not me and old John Boy's jam too much.
Go ahead and get your own Dad's Drinking Bourbon official Glencairn by going to premiumbarproducts.com. You can also get awesome laser etched glassware as well. Bar tools like shakers, spoons, whatever it is you need. Premiumbarproducts.com has it. If you are a bourbon group or you are a distillery or you're a store and you want more of a wholesale pricing, you want to buy a whole bunch, cases of 72, you want the Kenzie dram, you want a wee Glencairn, you want the perfect dram, reach out to me. I will get you in touch with Janie and Carson and Vicky and the good folks over at Premium Bar Products. Now, this stuff isn't like the stuff that's going to come off in the dishwasher. This is actually deep laser etched stuff. I also hand wash all my glasses, so even though I say it can go through a dishwasher, I wouldn't do it myself. I don't know about you. Zeke, do you put yours in the dishwasher?
Hot water only.
Yep, that's where I'm at.
I'm just always leery of some kind of soaps, residues, something being in there.
Hot water kills a lot.
So does bleach.
You put bleach in your glasses?
No, I'm just saying it kills a lot.
Oh, it does. It does, but I'm not saying you should drink it.
Oh, no way.
So go to premiumbarproducts.com, see for yourself. You can find Zeke and I on Facebook at Dad's Drinking Bourbon, Twitter at Bourbon Dads, Instagram at Dad's Drinking Bourbon. Find us wherever you download your podcast. Chances are you already have because you're listening to us right now. Leave us an open and honest review, just like we leave open and honest reviews about the whiskey we drink. Zeke, where else can the folks find us?
Good old Music City, USA, holding it down.
Cheers.
Ciao.